welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Priscilla, and this is the Carnivore Journey, and welcome to week 25. So I have a great show for you today. If you tuned in last week, I told you I was going to give you the recipe for my homemade bone broth. I'm going to show you exactly step by step on how I made my bone broth. Now, if you're wondering what is bone broth, well, I'm going to answer all these questions, and also stay tuned until the end of the video where I will reveal to you my weight loss, tell you a little bit about what I've been doing this week. I have a great show for you. And don't forget, if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. So let's get started. So this week I decided to do a bone broth, so I made a little trip out to H-E-B, and of course we were only going out there just to get the bones that we needed for the broth. But of course, H-E-B was running lots of sales, and we ended up getting bacon, we got chicken, we got some steak, and the list just went on and on. So when we got back from H-E-B, I went ahead and started making the bone broth. So we used Swift beef marrow bones. As you can see, we bought 2 bags. They're about a little over $8 a bag, so that is a really good deal, and we foiled 2 pans. So we laid all the bones out on the foil pan and gave them a generous layer of salt. We did that for both trays. After we gave them the generous coating of salt, we went ahead and placed them in the oven. I set the oven for about 450 degrees and cooked them for about an hour. After we took the bones out of the oven, we then placed the bones into the pressure cooker. And after we put the bones into the pressure cooker, we wanted to make sure that we drained all of the juices and got all of the good stuff. So here is our second batch of bones. We're just placing them in there. And then once we got all of the bones into the pressure cooker, then we're going to fill it up with water. So we filled it all the way up until the line, and then after that we put the lid and we sealed it. And here is the finished product. It cooked in the pressure cooker for about 3 hours, and look how amazing that looks. Absolutely delicious. Bone broth provides so many wonderful minerals and nutrients. Bone broth is so healthy for us. Not only does it just keep you warm and just give you such a comforting feeling, but because of the wonderful minerals and nutrients that it gives you, it does so many wonderful things for your body. Bone broth helps with inflammation, it helps your skin, it helps to reduce the age, to reduce the aging process. And why would you not want to age slower? So the reason why I decided to cook this bone broth is because we've had kind of a cold snap here the last couple of weeks, and I've wanted just something very hearty, but of course I wanted something healthy, and there was nothing healthier than this. When I came off my fast, this is how I came off of my fast, and it did such wonderful things for my body. There are many ways that you can make your bone broth at home, but this is how we made it in our home, and it was absolutely delicious. So this week has definitely been kind of a strange week for me. When I weighed in this week, I didn't lose any weight. It feels like another deja vu from a couple of weeks ago where I didn't lose any weight either. I just kind of stalled out. But I do know the reason why I haven't lost any weight this week, and it is because I've had a little bit more cheese and I ate a little bit more dairy this week. Sometimes cheese and sour cream can be a go-to snack for me, and unfortunately for my body, I just kind of hold on to that. So because I'm aware of that and I know that, I had to make sure that I started cutting back. So next week, I'm going to lay off the dairy and do my walking and see if that maybe changes the weight on the scale. Also this week, I did my me time where I did take a couple of naps this week. That was actually very nice. I did some reading. I did some studying. I told you, like, we are like cars. We need to make sure that we take the time to maintenance ourselves so we can keep running. So that is what I have been doing. Also, just a really quick fact is that during the colder weather, people do tend to eat a little bit more. People are prone to gain anywhere between 3 and 5 pounds when the weather is colder, because we start craving more heartier foods. Before I started carnivore, I was craving those types of foods. I wanted starch, I wanted things that were heavy, I wanted things that were comforting, but my eating this week has definitely jumped. I'm eating a lot more meat, I'm eating more eggs, and I'm eating more throughout the day. But you know what? I'm okay with that because everything is carnivore approved. So before I wrap up the show, I wanted to show you something really quick that I bought because I wanted it for Christmas and I just waited until January to buy it. But I bought this really cute yearly calendar. If you know, I love to keep calendars. I do them every single year, and I thought it was very carnivore like, because it is one of my very favorite movies, The Lion King. And it says on here, never be afraid to chase your dreams. And I thought that was an excellent quote. And what I like about this calendar is it has things that task, like it has a section for tasks that I need to get done for the week, my daily goals, not only a place for me to write down what I've done that day, but it's really awesome. It's just another extension of my journal. So if you're out at Walmart, you know, this was like $15. And like I said, it's very carnivorous. So that has basically been my week this week. My me time is I took some naps, I rested, I read, I went walking. I didn't lose any weight, but that's okay. I'm not going to get discouraged. I made my bone broth. It turned out very great. It's very hearty, especially during the cold season. Here where I live, the temperature's been ranging between 17 and 30 degrees. So be sure to read about bone broth. It provides minerals and nutrients. It's good for your skin. It's good for your hair. It's good for your nails. It's good for your bones. So why would you not want to eat it? So I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this show. If you make a bone broth, tell me how it turned out. I would love to hear it in the comments below. Once again, I'm your host Priscilla, and this is video 25. Until I see you again, have a wonderful week. Bye.